All right. Okay. So this is Cove. Some people call it the Boomer on-chain wallet because it's not an exciting Lightning wallet or anything. It's just really simple to use, hopefully intuitive on-chain wallet that is simple but not limited. That's the idea. So before Cove, I used Bitcoin mostly on my computer on Sparrow, but on my phone, the only good options were using a hot wallet. So the first thing I really wanted this to be good at was working with hardware wallets. So that's one of the tenets of this, basically. Easy to use for new people to get started. So, beautiful design, actually looking good, easy to use was one of the main tenets, but the other one was I wanted to be an app that I could use. And I use mostly hardware wallets, so it needed to work well with hardware wallets. I can show you some flows, I guess. This is the flow to creating a new wallet, pretty simple. Hopefully, the idea is that it's intuitive enough for anybody that hasn't used Bitcoin too much to use. This is just a regular setting up a wallet flow. You can verify the words that you just set up. What else do we got here? Yeah, we can set labels, BIP 329 labels that you can sync with your Sparrow. What else? Anybody use a tap signer from CoinKite?
Yeah, how does that flow work?
Yeah.
I saw the demo video you had where you just scan, or no, not the tap signer, but the other one, the queue.
I don't have the queue right now, but it's a similar flow where you just scan the QR code that the queue gives you, and then you're basically put in here. But with the tap signer, you can just scan the tap signer NFC. It'll ask for the PIN. Oops. Right. So that's now the tap signer is in here. Got some Signet stuff in here.
So you're basically just loaded all the sats that were on the tap signer?
No, so this is still a hardware wallet in that the private key never leaves it. But now I just imported the public key so I can actually use it to send. So I'm just copying address from another wallet. I'll go to a tap signer. And then I'll just send, let's switch to sats, and I'll send 25,000 sats to the address I just copied. I can show you the entire send flow. You can set your network fee, or also you can set a custom one. And then from here, so now to send it, you actually need the tap signer. You just say sign with tap signer. It'll ask for your tap signer or PIN again, and then you just scan it. NFC is not always the most reliable, especially with a phone case, but yeah. So now it's signed it, and then I imported the signature, and you sent. So using with this tap signer, especially super easy because NFC on this is pretty fast, but I could show you. With the hardware wallet, it'd be very similar. You would just make the transaction on here, and then from here you export the transaction. So if you're using a Q1, it'll give you the QR to scan on the Q1, and then you just scan the QR that it gives you.
So if I'm understanding correctly, so does that allow me to pull sats? Because that also takes just regular Lightning too, right? Is that a Lightning node as well too, or
no?
Is it just on on-chain?
No, it's purely on-chain. It's like supposed to be really simple, so on-chain only.
So, but I could pull from there right into the Q card without any kind of like wires or anything like that.
Yeah, exactly. So like I think I have a
It's like Alexa's portal.
yeah.
Okay. But this is way simpler than Alexa. Then you can put it in your wallet. Yeah.
So I have my Signet wallet from my queue here. So this is the wallet for that. So I can see all the transactions. I can see all my addresses on there, right? So if you wanted to send me, I would just show you my address. And then I can even start the transaction. I just need to go to the queue and actually have the queue sign it before I can send it.
And then you can just have like basic multi-sig with any one of your code cards, basically, is what you're saying.
Again, because this is simple, I'm not doing multi-sig. It's like basically right now it's no multi-sig, no lightning, right? Just pure just like single sig. But in the future, I will add like a watch only for multi-sig. It's just once you add multi-sig, it gets complicated. So you're gonna need. It's supposed to be easy for new users, and I didn't want to confuse them with all the multi-sig lingo and backups and stuff.
Have you thought about doing like any implementations with like bolts or some of these other ones where they allow you to swap?
Yeah.
Wallet or anything like that?
So I've been thinking that a little bit more. I think what I want to do is start by letting people send to other places. So because I think I could do that really simply. So if you scan, like, let's say a Lightning address or a Lightning invoice or Liquid address or whatever, even
just be Moon Wallet 2.0.
Yeah.
Modern
I mean,
wallet, people will love it.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, in a lot of ways.
You love Moon Wallet.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, just be Moon.
yeah, but
But there's a lot of not rug pulling, but there's just a lot of.
It's just an on-chain submarine swap
Yeah.
for Lightning.
yeah, exactly. So
It sounds like more headache then.
but if I'm sending, then like if you scan a large enough Lightning invoice, I'll say, hey, you can send it. Here's the extra fee, right? So in that way, I think I could do that. But like the main goal is not to be a spending Lightning wallet. It's just supposed to be like Sparrow on your phone,
Right.
but not for multi-sig.
That makes sense. That's cool, man.
Yeah. And then what I'm working on right now.
Yeah. So the PayJoin stuff, like, what are you thinking through on that?
Yeah, so PayJoin, so now I want to add more privacy features. So PayJoin is one of them. What else? Send silent payment addresses, different stuff like that. But the main thing I'm working on right now, showing you on my computer, is backups using passkeys. Hold on. Yeah, for sure. It's just loading.
Are you launching a web version or not really?
No web. Just right now it's just mobile. I will think about doing desktop in the future as well. But for right now it's just mobile.
Somebody else you just talking on like web version or a Chrome extension or something?
No.
Second question.
I don't think people should keep Bitcoin on web anything, basically is my stance.
Okay. Second one. What was your inspiration for the design?
Well, I'm not a designer, so I have a designer friend helping me. I wanted it to look like basically if Apple made a wallet. I don't know if I got that far, but this is fully native, so it's using Swift UI, not React Native or anything. So just try to use as much of the native components and stuff to make it like really look like it belongs on iOS. And then I did the same for Android. So the settings screen, for example, I guess I didn't show you the settings screen, but like it looks like an Apple settings screen, and then on Android, it looks like it belongs on Android. All that is not just to look good, but especially for new users, I wanted them to feel comfortable when they open it up, and like I think if it matches what they expect from the platform, it's just a bit more trust. They get a little bit more trust there.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then so for new users, I think anybody that I've talked to, the biggest hurdle for people, I think, taking Bitcoin off exchange is the backup situation, because people are just too scared to, like, if I lose my keys, I lose all my funds, right? So what I'm working on right now, hopefully I'll be done in. Oh, also by the way, the Android app is live today, out of beta for the first time. So if you're on Android, get that. But yeah, so for what I'm working on is a novel way of doing backups for mobile wallets. Before this, I think Phoenix had a really good iCloud backup situation. However, if you go enable it, you get all these warnings saying basically, this is not end-to-end encrypted. The reason is on iOS they use, it's called CloudKit. CloudKit can be end-to-end encrypted, but you have to enable ADB or I forget what it's ADB or Advanced Data Protection on your Apple device. That's a setting. If you haven't, you probably should, just because then it makes your Apple backups end-to-end encrypted. But me as an app developer, I have no idea. There's no API to tell if the user has enabled it or not. So that's why Phoenix has to say, hey, like, if Apple colludes with like the government or whatever, like they have access to your keys most likely. And the other one I looked at, this is my blog post, by the way. I go through all that on here. But the other one I looked at was here we go. Was the Kraken. Kraken app was actually pretty good. The good thing about them, they were by default end-to-end encrypted, but they weren't cross-platform. They use passkeys, but they do it in a different way, where basically you create one passkey, and then that is like your main Bitcoin wallet, and new wallets are created using the BIP85, or actually, yeah, just like basically subkeys from that passkey. The disadvantage of that is that you can't back up imported wallets, right? You can only back up wallets you create on that device. And also, because of the way they store the Bitcoin key in the passkey, it's not cross-platform. It's only available on iOS. Hold on, I gotta get my water.
Is passkey enabled on the Android yet?
No, there's no passkey on either right now because I'm still working on it. By the end of this month, end of March, this backup should be done. And then as I was working on this, there was Bull Bitcoin. Theirs is good because they're end-to-end encrypted. It's cross-platform and it's multi-wallet. But they have a key server in the middle, and I really didn't want to run a key server, and that's just like it's a cool spec, but it's a little too complex. And then so my proposal, end-to-end encrypted, cross-platform, multi-wallet, no server, and I'm actually working with the guy that did the spec that Bull Bitcoin's based off of, the Photon spec, and he liked this proposal too because it's because not needing a server. Basically, the way it works is when you create. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, here we go. So on when you open up Cove, we create a master key, and then everything that you save in Cove, including your wallets and your XPubs and your labels, are all encrypted using that master key. Then later, if you enable cloud backup, we will use the passkey basically to encrypt this master key. It's done through an extension called PRF, stands for pseudo random function. Basically, you give the passkey a salt, and it gives you a key in return, and you use that to encrypt the master key. And then you can upload that encrypted master key along with the encrypted wallets to any cloud backup. It doesn't need to be end-to-end encrypted because it's already encrypted locally. And then simply when you go to a new device, you would download all those encrypted blobs from wherever you're storing it. In iOS, it would be CloudKit, and then you use the passkey to decrypt that, and now you have all your stuff.
So is it obfuscated enough to where Apple can't see that master, or is it like how many layers is it? I guess
So the trust model, I guess, is you have to trust Apple when they say that passkeys are end-to-end encrypted, right? Because the passkey is what encrypts the everything. Basically, as long as you trust Apple that passkeys are end-to-end encrypted, that means then everything else is end-to-end encrypted. Yeah.
You can self-host if you want to.
Yeah, so this will work out of the box with basically any Bitwarden, 1Password, Google's native one, Apple's native one, but at first the encrypted blobs I'll only let people store it in iCloud or Google Drive, mostly because it's the simplest way. Like they don't have to create any new accounts. But later, I think I will, as an advanced feature, I'll let them store the encrypted blobs wherever they want, including your own home server or whatever.
Are many or any other Bitcoin wallets offering passkeys in a similar way?
No, so the only one offering passkeys was Kraken.
Yeah.
And like I said, they do it completely differently. It's iOS only, and they don't use PRF. They store the entire, it's called large blob extension. But the large blob extension is basically only supported by the iCloud passkey implementation. It's not supported by 1Password, Bitwarden, or like the Android one. So it's not cross-platform. It's completely different.
Is this whole separate passkey backup flow? Is that like a separate Rust crate? You said you were working with that guy, I think Justin Moon, connected you to the guy who kind of had a similar flow?
Yeah, so that guy, Tancred Hayes, he's the one that worked on the Photon spec, which is what Bull Bitcoin's solution is based off of. I'm working with him, but I'm going to do my implementation. We have I ran mine by him to make sure it works for his wallet. But yeah, I'm doing my implementation, and then we'll probably turn it into a spec for other people to implement as well.
And then create like a Rust crate or something anybody can pull down and use or something?
Yeah, that's the idea. Right now, it's in Cove. I have a separate crate for it. I'm kind of thinking about let me make it work for me first, and then I'll expand it to make it more generalizable.
Are many people doing this kind of passkey backup, like in general?
In general, no, but Signal, people are just starting to work on it. So Signal has a beta backup solution, which I believe is using passkeys. Yeah. And there's someone else recently.
They charge for it though, but
Do
I
they?
think it's worth it.
Yeah, makes sense. I think I saw someone, I don't remember who, but PRF, so that's the extension for that basically, it's a random, that lets you encrypt something with a passkey. That only became really usable in iOS in 18.4 and up. Before that, there was too many bugs that it was a feature available in 18, but too many bugs until 18.4. So it's relatively new, which is why I don't think anybody's doing this yet. But I think as far as backups go, end-to-end encrypted backups is a really good way to go.
So as far as how do you see the perfect setup for a code card setup? In your as you the founder of this builder of this project, how do you see that flow, and how would you use it if you were somebody that was just getting into it for the first time?
Yeah, so really the backup solution is not for cold wallets, right? Because you don't need a backup. It doesn't make sense to have an online backup solution for cold wallets. But basically the idea is that this will make, hopefully, people that are new to Bitcoin that have their Bitcoin on exchanges feel just more comfortable actually moving off exchanges, because they don't have to worry about doing the whole 12 or 24 word backup physically. I'll still encourage it as a backup, but hopefully this makes people feel a little bit better, and it's just easy.
So you see more Cove as just get it off a custodied exchange onto something that's a little bit more.
Yeah, Cove sits in this weird place where I want it to be both. I want it to be a really easy way for people to get Bitcoin off exchanges, but then I want to guide them. I don't want them to stop there. I want to guide them into a hardware wallet, you know. So because of that, I want it to work really well with hardware wallets. Though the hardware wallet integration piece, I think is good. Like, you know, I use Cove now with my. I don't use Sparrow as much. I just use it with my day-to-days like spending wallets and stuff. So that piece is good. Now I'm mostly focusing on the new user flow.
As far as like did you raise money for Cove, or was it more just like a grant thing, or?
Just OpenSats. Yeah, just OpenSats grants. Yeah.
What did you used to do before? Like, what did you?
I was just doing mostly contract work for different stuff, cloud-based, like just different. Worked with a lot of startups and stuff, not related to Bitcoin.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but you've been a Bitcoiner the whole time as you were.
A few years now, like 2020s. Yeah.
Oh okay.
Not like super seasoned. Yeah.
Is this what you do full time?
Right now, yeah. Yeah.
Oh okay.
Yeah. And then just quickly, I don't know if you guys have heard of Money Dev Kit. It's a
Oh yeah, I saw that tweet the other day you posted.
yeah. So Money Dev Kit, really easy to use, basically like Stripe but running on Lightning. I was able to use that to make like a little leaderboard for like for a roadmap, like what should I build next kind of deal. So these are like some of the features I'm talking about. The PRF like backup is not because I'm already working on it, but so these are some of the features that I'm thinking of working on next. So there's send to silent payment, desktop builds, easier node connection, blah blah blah. And the idea is people can go on here and vote for a feature, and the votes are with. There's no passkeys. I'm already working on it. I'm not going to collect, you know. So I'm already working on it. So, but the website's covebitcoinwallet.com. So this is cool just because it was really, really easy to set up. So I can show you the flow right now. I'll vote for myself. So you can set a custom sat amount and just makes an invoice. And Money Dev Kit is fully it's fully self-custodial as well, which is nice. He did a really good job making it really easy. And that. Except it takes a little while to send, I guess. So hopefully this should work. There we go. So vote succeeded. Now whatever I voted for has 50 more sats, closer to getting to the podium.
That's how we should vote for elections.
Yeah. So my idea is it's not binding, but my idea is basically the next feature I pick will be picked, or next feature I'm going to work on will be picked from the top 3.
I guess, how do you plan on making money from Cove? Like, where are you seeing as far as like actually building revenue from it? Is it just through like where?
Yeah, that's one place I haven't figured out. So I have a 2-year grant from OpenSats.
Okay. So you're still taking kind of through it?
Yeah. I don't want to live off grants forever, but so far it's going well. We'll see. My thinking is if enough people use this, it's a distribution, it's a way of distribution. So let's see what I can build around it, right?
Would you do like in-app purchase or something if it's like on iOS, or what are you thinking like as far as?
I'm not sure. I don't want to complicate it by adding like unnecessary stuff, but like I think syncing, like I have labels, like I don't know if you guys use labels, but like if you're going to use a wallet on your computer and on your phone, like you want at least the labels to sync. So I'm thinking obviously the passkey, the seed words will be synced for free, but maybe I could add like a little layer around label syncing. I don't know if that'll be enough to like sustain it, but there's.
Coordinator, pay $1 and I'll coordinate you with another Cove user and you guys can join together.
Yeah, maybe. So but my thinking is if I make this really good, get enough people using it, hopefully I'll figure out a way. That's something to charge for.
If I were to pay join, you gotta find somebody to pay join with. If you have
I think the way pay join works is like you are pay joining with the person you're paying, right? So it's because it's not a coin join. That's why it makes a lot of sense if you're sending to and from exchanges. So if let's say I'm sending money to an exchange, what happens is you send a little extra and then they send you some back, basically. Yeah. Yeah, maybe like that's one thing I was thinking. But that's also the reason I want to add sending to other addresses, like sending to Lightning or sending to like Tether, or just stable coins, because then you can take a small percentage on that bolts exchange. But yeah, we'll see where it goes. Right now, I'm just kind of focused on making the best wallet, and then at the end of the day, if I can't sustain it, then I'll have a really good wallet, and I can go back to contracting.
Yeah, it's one way to look at it. Cool. Well, I think you answered all of my questions. Anybody else have any questions? Keon, you got any questions over there?
Yeah, I have questions.
You know all about wallets, though.
I don't know about on-chain wallets.
Do you have any questions?
I'm just learning.
Oh, okay.
So he answered your question about you have 100 passkeys earlier.
Yeah.
They're working on a spec, like a migration spec.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, not like the passkey people are working on a spec.
That's my main hesitation.
Yeah. So one thing about like how my system works is the master key is what encrypts all the wallets, and then the passkey encrypts the master key. The reason, so that's like a one hop layer. That's like, I try to keep it simple, but the reason that hop makes sense is because if the user goes and deletes the passkey, then I only have to re-encrypt that one thing. I don't have to go and re-encrypt all the wallets, right? So same thing if they lose it or if they want to move somewhere, it's not like I have to do a whole re-encrypt dance for 100 wallets or whatever, right? So, yeah.
You said you use Swift. What else do you use? And, like, how do you decide to use Swift and like not go React?
Yeah, so it's the entire, I guess that's another unique thing about this app is most of it is written in Rust. So business logic, but not just the business logic, the view models are all written in Rust, and then Swift, like Swift UI and Jetpack Compose is used just for the view layer. Yeah, so the reason I did that is because, you know, I knew I wanted iOS and Android, and I wanted it to be as like platform native as possible. I didn't want JavaScript, partly because I don't like writing JavaScript.
So there's Android.
Yeah, yeah. So the Android app just launched today. So yeah, so Swift, Rust, just because like anything that's going to be used in both is going to be written in Rust, and then the Swift is the Swift and Jetpack is a really like thin UI layer, just for like the UI part. If there's like logic in the UI, even that will be written in Swift basically. And then if you guys, I don't know if you use it, but UniFFI is what I use for the bindings.
Why Rust and Golang or some other language? Are you
Um,
programmer by?
So yeah, I'm a big Rust fanboy first and foremost, but more than that, for the way I wanted to build this with the core in Rust, or the core in one language, Rust made the most sense for that. You know, BDK is in Rust, and this is built on top of BDK, so I use it directly.
So how long have you been working on this?
So this is my second year. I started this 2024, like July.
And you're a mobile developer before?
No, this is my first app. Like I've done some React Native apps, but I've done a little bit of everything. So I've done Rust, I've cloud infrastructure stuff. Yeah. But yeah, I did 2024 to 2025, and then I took a little break, and then I got another grant, and then been working on it since then.
So how did you get your grant? Were you just talking to Odell and the guys, or
I just submitted it.
they
You-
liked it?
Yeah.
Pretty cool, man. I like all the cold card integration stuff. That's really cool. I'm a big cold card.
Yeah. So Cold Card was first for me because that's what I use personally, but
I think that's cool. Yeah, the tap signer too. I have a tap signer too that it's just sitting there. I don't know what to do with it.
yeah, it's actually I hadn't used this tap signer until I had to make it work for Cove, and it's actually pretty nice. It's very nice. I'm gonna work on Sats card soon too. It's number 3 on the list there.
Is the tap signer, I could put my own seed onto the tap signer?
No, it comes with a
It comes with
it comes with a seed. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
You
pretty
can't
dope.
really, it's baked into it.
Well, no, it doesn't come with a seed.
Can you use an NFC writer to write a new seed to it or something?
No, it comes with it's like it's I forget what they do. It's not like a BIP39 seed. It's like the BIP32. So you can add your own chain code. So they don't have like everything, right? So I forget the details of it. But basically, you can bring your own entropy to it, but you can't. Yeah, it's like their entropy plus yours.
So it's written into the whatever NFC firmware or whatever.
Yeah, but like when you set it up through the phone, you can add your own chain code.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. How do you imagine the SATS card working? Just the same way as the like how do you see that working with it?
Yeah, it's the same thing as a tap signer basically, except it's like an open dime. I don't know if you've used a.
Yeah, I've used the SATS card
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
So, how would you implement Lightning into this if you had?
He said he
time?
wouldn't.
You wouldn't? You wouldn't touch Lightning at all?
No, probably just sending. Like if somebody scans a Lightning invoice that's over, let's say 10,000 sats, I would let them send to it through like bolts. That's my idea.
But what about like if there's an SDK that just kind of magically handles it? It's not exactly non-custodial, but it's like a separate wallet. Trust it. Spark.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, I mean, if I could figure out a way to integrate it in a way that's like opt-in, first of all. So like if you don't know what Lightning is, you don't need to worry about it. And just like make it so simple that if I can integrate it without losing the simplicity, I would definitely think about it.
So a lot of it is like a UX thing.
Yeah.
Why do you think you lose simplicity if you had Lightning?
Just because like any wallet I've used, when when it comes to Lightning, there's more questions, right? Okay, like am I sending this on chain or am I sending it like layer 2? And like if it's self-custodial, then like gotta manage the liquidity and all that kind of stuff. Whereas on chain is super simple.
So then the use cases you're targeting, is it more like a savings app or like a mid-high purchase value app?
Yeah, it's it can be savings if you want to check your balances and all that kind of stuff. But speaking for me personally, OpenSats pays with Bitcoin, right? So this is how I manage my basically finances for day-to-day kind of stuff. Well, not day-to-day in that but I get paid in Bitcoin and then I'll send it to. If I have a big purchase, I'll use it, but mostly I'll send it to an exchange, sell it, and do that. But that's something I'm doing monthly, right? So I don't need to be touching Sparrow all the time. I can just use it with a cold card.
Okay, so it's more convenient and secure to manage monthly expenses.
Yeah, monthly expenses, and some people that people that travel with Bitcoin have been really liking it, right? So it's not. A lot of people, if it's their deep cold storage, they probably won't be doing it on a mobile. They'll be multi-sig on Sparrow, right? But this is kind of like a in-between kind of deal.
It's pretty cool. I think the only thing, because it allows you to travel basically with some.
Well, that's like a travel setup.
And then you'll have the tap signer, right?
Tap signer, cold card.
Then the only thing I think it's missing is those situations that you're going to need to use Lightning, because everybody has Lightning, or at least a lot of Lightning developers have Lightning. So you'll have to use Moon as the submarine swap to a Lightning wallet, I guess, or find another way to do it.
Yeah.
It's a nice use case you've carved out. There's the deep cold storage.
Yeah, but you have your Lightning wallet.
You're going to spend $5-10
on the phone,
there.
Yeah.
Like if you have your Lightning wallet and your code wallet,
But you would pay an
you would just
on-chain, you'd pay a bolt swap.
Yeah.
I think that's a nice
On-chain to Lightning.
market.
Yeah, I don't know how big that market is, but personally, I use it, right? And I know there's at least a few people that like it. But so that's one part of it. The other part is the new people, right? If you're new to Bitcoin, you don't have a lot. It makes sense. Hey, let's get started on your phone, hot wallet. Let's graduate you to a cold card. Okay, now maybe now do you need to go to multi-sig or do you need to go to a computer? Okay, now Cove is not maybe. Now there's a better option, but will take you further than other apps would have.
I see why grants like it. It's the main or the center, important scenarios, onboarding.
Yeah, and speaking of travel, also I have idea was taken from Cold Card, but I have decoy pins and wipe me pins. So we have a pin feature. Yeah, so so you can set up a separate pin that if you enter that, log you into a completely different set of wallets. So those will be your decoy wallets.
Oh wow.
And then another pin that's just if you type it in, it'll delete everything on device and it just logs you into an empty wallet basically.
That's awesome. That's amazing.
You're like, PC code letter error, what the fuck?
Yeah. Honestly, I think decoy pin is better because then it's like
Yeah.
they don't know. Like, you know, maybe you even have a little bit of Bitcoin in there. Like, here you go, take it, right?
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, thanks so much for doing this, Praveen. I appreciate it, and definitely gonna give it a shot this week. Play with it.
Yeah, please do. Any suggestions, let me know.
Next month, 3 months?
What?
When passkey?
I was hoping for the end of this month, but definitely end of next month.